Hey y'all, it's ELIANAM and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about pop culture, trending topics, and social media scandals. Today we're going to be talking about neither of those things because I am presenting you today with my highest requested video on every single one of my videos in every single one of the comment sections. My highest requested video. I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. Get ready with me to film a YouTube video. I'm finally dropping my most requested makeup tutorial. I'm going to be showing y'all every product that I use and giving you a step-by-step on how I get ready for YouTube to celebrate 50,000 subs on my channel. Love y'all. Every single one of these products, by the way, will be linked in my Amazon storefront below, so y'all can find each product. I just made an Amazon storefront yesterday because I realized it would be very annoying for me to give you a link to every single one of these products, so I put it in an Amazon storefront. Do I know how to use it? No. Do I know if I'm gonna get paid for using it? I believe so, because why would it exist? But I'm kind of dumb, so I don't know. Like, technically, I guess I would get commission, but that's not the goal here. It's just every product that I use, I just put it in one spot so y'all know where to find it. Comment below any questions that y'all may have about my makeup routine, and also feel free to comment your favorite makeup products below. I love finding new makeup products and adding new steps to my beauty routine. But today, I'm gonna show y'all how to glow, how to airbrush, how to be flawless, how to get that flawless base for filming on HD cameras. And the best part about this makeup look, the same one that I do every single day, is that it works anywhere. You can wear it to school, to work, to the beach, to the mall, nowhere. And if you like this video, don't forget to boop the like button below and smash subscribe if you haven't already, because I post new videos just like this. Well, not actually just like this one. I usually post commentary. Sometimes, occasionally, maybe videos like this one, but mostly commentary every Friday and Sunday morning. Let's get into it. So, we are currently in my bedroom. No shit, there's a bed right there, but just in case y'all were wondering, if my face looks a lot more brighter than my surroundings, it's because I'm using a desk spotlight. Like, it's supposed to be like a reading light. So I also want to say, YouTube makeup, first of all, is different than what I would wear in like real life. For example, real life makeup, you can be a lot more glowy. I love using like illuminator. I'm really into tinted sunscreen right now, but you can't really use glowy stuff on camera if you're going on camera because like, the lights. So for my videos, I kind of focus on making my skin look as soft, flawless, airbrush, and plumped as possible. First, you want to wash your face with a cleanser. Double cleanse if necessary. It's actually recommended to cleanse twice. And then obviously moisturize. So I have done all of that. So now let's just hop right into the makeup tutorial. Now we can do our makeup. Our faces are clean. Now we can do our makeup. So this is the primer that I'm obsessed with right now. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer. And I just got this primer. I love it. It literally smells like marshmallows. I have very sensitive skin. As you can maybe see, I have a little patch of eczema on my lip right now. Just showed up. Showed up randomly, showed up uninvited to the party. Wait, there's a siren going by. I think there's like a massive police chase, like a robbery or something going on, because I've heard so many sirens go by. Like I literally just saw like 35 cop cars go by. Nosy. I kind of just apply it directly to my, okay, don't slouch, please. You're not a hunchback. So I just apply it directly to my face and rub it in like so. So I do one pump on each side, and then I'm just gonna do like kind of a half pump to put on my forehead. So while this is setting on my face, the next step is to gel my eyebrows. So I have two favorite gels. This is my favorite gel right now. It's the Maybelline Super Stick. Wait, I'll hold it up. It's the Maybelline Super Stick Brow Glue. So this I like a lot more than any sort of brow gel or brow wax because it actually doesn't leave any weird residue all around your eyebrows. My second favorite brow gel glue thing is literally wig glue, because I feel like I have really stubborn brows. Like my brows, even though they're thin and they're not really there, like they're kind of just like barely there, they're barely there eyebrows, they are stubborn. So this Maybelline has been the only brow glue that's on the same level as literal wig glue. So I like to gel my eyebrow all the way up. Oh my god, please, baby hairs. Take the tip and kind of just whatever this is called, and then take your finger and just wipe off a little bit of excess glue that might be around your brows, but like I said, it doesn't really leave residue, so it's not like you're gonna really see it. Okay, so next you just want to let like the eyebrow glue set for a little bit. I usually wait like maybe like 3 to 5 minutes before I start working on my eyebrows. So regardless if whether or not I want light eyebrows or dark eyebrows, I always start with the NYX Lift and Snatch brow pen, and this is a shade ash brown. I'm going to try to make sure that y'all can see this. Can y'all see this? I just do like really tiny hair strokes in the front of my eyebrow and kind of feather it throughout the brow, following my natural brow line. And by the way, y'all, this brow shape does not happen naturally. I actually genetically, which means it's not my fault, have really uneven eyebrows. So I always get my eyebrows threaded once every 2 to 3 weeks. I go to a threading salon. I really recommend that if you guys have the same struggle as me, where you have 2 different eyebrows and your eyebrows are not in fact sisters nor twins, they are distant second cousins. So this is gonna look really uneven and really crazy for the first little bit. If I want my eyebrows light and like natural, like if I'm going to the beach or something, like for example in these photos, like I pretty much do these eyebrows for almost all of my Instagram photos, then I would just leave it at that and then cut it out with concealer. But if I want dark eyebrows, like you might see in these YouTube videos where I have my brows a little bit darker, a little bit bushier, then the next step is brow pomade. So now I take this angled brow brush, and this is like the signature Anastasia Beverly Hills angled brow brush. I've had this since 2016. This is like a stick thin brush, and you want stick thin, you want to make it really thin. So I'll take a little bit of the cream and just feather it through my eyebrows. We're not going to do that thing, like this is not 2016, so we're not going to be like doing some harsh lines or anything, but I'm feathering it through the darkest part of my eyebrows, stopping right about here, because you want to leave the front looking natural and light, which we already did with the brow pen. So now I'm just feathering it, and making the tail a little bit darker, because as I said before, y'all, my brows were not born on my face. So now we have this. Oh my god, I'm gonna try not to scream into the mic, sorry. Sorry, the microphone is a little bit closer than normal because I'm at my makeup table. This is a desk. What's wrong with me? And the next step is to cut them out with concealer. So if you want a very clean, crisp brow, if you guys are about the 2016 brows, the Latina brows, then the best concealer for y'all to cut out your brows with is undoubtedly the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer. This is like paint. This will cover anything. It's super, super, super high coverage, and it's pretty blendable too. And it's also, it says that it's not matte, but it gives matte. You know, it gives matte, but it's not actually matte, which means it's not going to be drying. But also, just in case you want like something a little more natural, for example, then my other favorite concealer, I don't know why I just keep moving this around, sorry, I'm literally gonna get this everywhere. I would recommend either just not cutting them out at all, or if you want to cut them out but like have it look a little more natural, then the e.l.f. concealer is a good option, or the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, or I also like the Maybelline Fit Me concealer also to cut out eyebrows, because you don't want anything that's going to be really cakey. You want something that's like kind of a little bit lighter coverage if you want your eyebrows to look a little more natural. So for this we need 2 brushes. These are the 2 brushes that I'm going to be using today, if y'all can see them. It is a flat brush and a tinier flat brush. I'm taking this really small flat brush and I'm just picking up the product from the top of this, and I'm starting at the top of my eyebrow, because I feel like when you cut out your eyebrows starting from the bottom of your eyebrow, it's really easy to get really uneven eyebrows or accidentally cut them out a little too high, and then you're stuck with like Spock eyebrows, and I don't want to go back to that time in my life. So for, you know, safety precautions, I cut them out top first. Imagine if I was a makeup YouTuber and I was just like doing my makeup every day. I think that I wouldn't really like that though. I don't know. I love getting ready and I love being girly, but y'all, to do it every single day is very tiring. I don't know. I don't want to be all pick me, but I kind of also feel like there's like a little bit more to life than just makeup and looks and beauty. But also, I don't want to put down anyone who loves that stuff, because I also really loved makeup and looks and beauty, but I just kind of feel like there's other things that I enjoy a lot more than just makeup and just getting ready. Okay, Okay, what do you guys notice is the difference here between the 2 brows? This one looks a lot softer because it's curved at the front. So I take this one and I make like, I round the top front, whereas this side is like really harsh and brickish. But you know, it's some people's vibes though, but just for my face, I don't really think that the rectangular front suits me, hence why I round the front of my eyebrow, just on the top, not on the bottom. And I'd say that they're pretty even. Imagine them not being even at all and I just can't see it because the camera's too far away. Oops! Next thing you want to do is grab your bigger flat brush, and we're going to use this to blend the concealer outwards so that we don't have any harsh concealer lines around the eyebrows. Oh my god, y'all, pet peeve for those of y'all that watch makeup tutorials on TikTok sometimes, isn't it so annoying when people drop a makeup tutorial and they already have half their makeup done. I'm like, I don't care how you put on your foundation. Like, let me see your eyebrows, sis. Like, I love a good eyebrow. I love learning about people's eyebrows, but like, I swear to God, y'all, I used to see on my For You all the time, these pretty baddies would drop their makeup tutorials and they'll be like, okay guys, so today I'm gonna show you how to like do your makeup, but they already have half their makeup done. I'm like, sis, you suck. Now that we have blended out all the concealer around our eyebrows and there's no harsh concealer lines, we're gonna take the same flat brush and dab it really lightly, choking myself, really lightly in the front of our eyebrows. This is what's going to fade your eyebrows, so it's going to look very, very natural if you blend it out. The more you blend it, the more natural it'll look. So you can blend it from the front here, and you can also, if you want like a more softer, demure brown, then you can blend it at this bottom line here so that it's lighter on the bottom, like that. Now that we have these brows, here's my hack to getting the excess concealer lines that can sometimes just hide too close to the brow to be able to blend it out. So you want to take a beauty blender with a flat angled bottom, like so. So the bottom of it is completely flat. Literally, y'all, line it up and stamp your brow, and do not move the beauty blender when you stamp it, otherwise you're gonna ruin your eyebrow. And lift it up, and y'all can see that it takes the concealer lines perfectly off of your eyebrow. And then your eyebrow looks so much more natural. Like, you can't even tell really that I cut it out. This is my favorite part, and it's also the most crucial part. When I'm going on camera and I want a super flawless airbrushed look, these are my top 3 foundations. So, in no order, because I can't decide. I love the L'Oreal True Match. It is medium coverage because I don't really have too much to cover. Like, I have some acne scars and like I have rosacea a little bit, like a touch of rosacea. I use the L'Oreal True Match. It is so flawless on your skin. It will make your skin look like skin. It's so nice. I love this. I've also gotten really into the Huda Beauty Easy Blur, or another one that I actually really love, Catrice True Skin. This was the foundation that I wore in all my Get Ready With Me videos when I used to do TikTok makeup tutorials. I was actually sponsored and partnered with Catrice. I loved Catrice. I had a 6-month partnership with them, and they sent me all their products. I love Catrice. I will always vouch for Catrice. I think that this is just absolutely beautiful. I'm actually going to be wearing the Catrice True Skin today so I can show y'all exactly how flawless it is. Take a beauty blender. I'm going to go wet this, and then it's really important to dry it with a hair dryer. You don't want any trace of wetness on your beauty blender. You don't want any moisture on it because it will potentially, it can ruin your whole makeup base if your beauty blender is still wet. Some people will say use it wet. Don't listen to them. They're lying. They're liars. They want to see you fail. They want to see you take the L. I have literally never had success once in my entire life of like probably like almost 10 years of me wearing makeup. I have never had any success with using a wet beauty blender. Beauty blender, expanded, soft, cushiony. Put some on my hand. Oh, and this is a shade Neutral Hazel. I really don't want to get foundation on my hair, so I have to unfortunately tuck my hair behind my ear, and it's going to look really ugly. Then just tap, tap, tap it on my face. No foundation. Foundation. And real quick, I can smell some of the comments being like, that's not your shade of foundation, it's too yellow for you. But I am extremely scared of getting wrinkles, and I also have really sensitive skin, so every time I go out in the sun, every single time, y'all, every time, I wear 50 to 70 SPF, and I reapply every 2 hours. So every summer, y'all, my face is like 4 to 5 shades lighter than my body anyways, and I don't even have to self-tan because it already looks like I self-tan. So before y'all come for me, this is in fact my shade because it matches my body, even though I'm dumb and you can't even tell because I'm wearing a hoodie. My favorite concealer right now, no matter what, is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I put a little dab under my eye on both sides here to kind of snatch my eyes, a little bit here, whatever this is, a little bit on my chin. And to snatch my face upwards in videos, I put a little bit here. So this is what we have with concealer. Same beauty blender, blend that out. Now, my favorite step, nose contour. We need a button nose. So take your concealer, any concealer that is like light, you know. I do one straight line until about here on my nose. Why did I just whistle when I said nose? I don't know. Then do a little dot like so. So like you have an exclamation nose. Blend it. So you want the bridge blended like that, and you don't want to put any product between like the bridge and the little button nose. Like you kind of want to keep this area concealer free. I take the, I don't know how to say this makeup brand. I think it's Sei, but it's Sei liquid contour and bronze. And this is the shade Salt, so it's like really, really cool tone. So it's not gonna make you look orange or anything. Put one stripe, okay, I'm not gonna scream. Okay, put one stripe below your nose, like that. And one stripe right here. And don't attach them either. And that's literally all we're gonna do before we blend it, but I'm gonna let it sit for a little bit. So while I let that sit, I use this same bronzer / contour on my forehead to kind of give me that like bronzed glowy look. Also all the way out in my temples. And then to bring out my dimples a little bit more and like my cheekbones, I kind of make this face. And then I put a little bit here. I usually leave my chin alone because I feel like when you put like contour on your chin, it always makes you look like you have like a darker shade on your face than you actually do. Like it gives you like a little bit of a makeup beard. Take a dense foundation brush, blend everything. I also like to kind of blend it up into my hairline too, so that it actually looks like I have a tan, because I feel like my scalp is always so white. But also I feel like everyone's scalp is usually a lot lighter than the rest of their face. You know, I always blend it kind of into my baby hairs, into my hairline. Baby hairs, I have many. Or am I balding? Who knows? And because I have like kind of apple cheeks, I also kind of blend it underneath like in a C shape, so that it kind of brings out like the apples of my cheeks, you know, the apples, because I'm just so cute. I'm just so cutesy and demure. I regret putting on this hoodie. It's actually so hot outside. It's literally summer. I'm boiling and I don't have an AC right now. I'm broke. To blend my nose contour, I use the e.l.f. contour eye brush. So this is meant to be like for eye contour. I use it for nose. It's like a really dense little brush. Don't make the lines touch. You're kind of just blending it in the same spot that you applied it. Blend the top. I realize I look a little bit crazy right now, but that's because I haven't added blush yet. So I kind of rotate blushes depending on like what outfit I'm wearing, because if you're wearing like a really bright shirt, you don't really want to be wearing like a bright pink blush too. Like they can't clash. So today I'm wearing gray with like a little bit of pink, if y'all can see it. White Fox certified. Yeah, I'll do this. So I'm gonna do like kind of like a rosy natural peach color. So this is Happy by Rare Beauty. If you can even see, make out this color. I usually put a little heart, like so, on both sides of the apples of my cheek. And this brush, I don't have a blush brush for blending liquid blushes, so I got this from the dollar store. It's literally just like a basic kind of dense powder brush, and I blend it upwards on my cheekbones and then outwards to my nose, because it just gives like that cute sun-kissed look, you know? I'm all about cute these days. Take a bronzer or any sort of brown eyeshadow. I love the One Size Beauty Bronzing Trio. This is a cool tone, a warm tone, and a neutral brown, so you can really do all sorts of bronzing, contouring, eyeshadowing. And I usually take either the cool tone or the kind of warm tone one at the top. I usually take like an eyeshadow brush like this where it's not super dense. And today I'm feeling warm, so I'm gonna use the warm tone, and then I just go over my creases. I don't put it directly on my lid, but I go around my eyelid, like where it creases, and blend it outwards. Cutesy, mindful, and demure. You see how I do my makeup for work? Oh my god, wait, this literally is how I do my makeup for work. Okay, next I take the same shade or the cool tone shade and then just like brush it kind of like nonchalantly underneath my eye. Kylie Jenner used to do this in 2016 and it makes your eyes look like a lot bigger. Like it gives you like that doe eye look. Okay, so now that we're at this stage, we can put setting spray. So these are my two favorite setting sprays. Obviously, Urban Decay, obviously. And then I also like the Urban Decay Dewy Watermelon All-Nighter. I wouldn't necessarily call this super dewy. It's kind of like a nice glowy look. So I kind of mix them together. I like literally do both. I start with the Urban Decay All-Nighter. And then I top it with a little bit of the Watermelon Dew to give me like a glowy look, a natural glowy look. Oh my god, in my eye, yet again. She's blind. I take a mini fan. This one is from Shein. It's got bear ears on it. And then just dry my face for pretty much just until I feel dry, which is usually like 30 seconds to a minute. Curl my eyelashes and then pulse it like a bunch of times when you curl your eyelashes. So my absolute favorite mascara, y'all, let me put you on this. And I have mascaras on mascaras on mascaras. The Essence Lash Princess Mascara. How much is this? Probably $4. It is amazing, and I want to show you why. So a lot of people don't like this because it's actually quite clumpy, but I kind of like clumpy mascaras because it makes me look like I'm wearing false eyelashes. Warning though, this is really messy and this will get all over your eyelid, but I have a hack to getting mascara off your eyelid afterwards, but I kind of, you know, go to town with it. Like I just give myself like probably like 50 coats of this. Now y'all can see why this is literally my favorite mascara of all time. Who needs false lashes? I'm not much of a false lash person. I find them kind of annoying. I don't know, y'all. I just don't really like doing like the whole full face of makeup when I go to university because I'm not gonna lie, I just get lazy. So I would rather just show up with like more natural kind of makeup on that I can just keep all day and not look. Oh my god, someone's calling me yet again. All right, BRB, I guess. I'm gonna do my other eye too. Okay, so now obviously I have a lot of mascara on my eyelids, which I said I would because that's fine. It's sacrifice, trust the process. So while this mascara is setting before I take it off my eyelids, I'm going to bake with baking powder. So my favorite baking powder, obviously, is the Huda Beauty Easy Bake baking powder. I use this for everywhere except my nose contour. So I take a triangle powder puff from Amazon. Y'all can just use like any triangle powder puff. I bake under my eyes, up to my nose, here, a little on my chin, and most importantly, to snatch our upper face, I bake along here. And then I put a little on my forehead too, just to stop the shine. We're not really going to be baking on my forehead. For my nose contour, if I want like a really prominent button nose contour, then instead of the Huda Beauty Easy Bake, I will actually use the Maybelline Fit Me Bake. This is really pigmented, and I honestly, y'all, I don't really fully recommend that y'all bake your whole face with this. I find that it brings out like peach fuzz on your hair, you know? You know when you can see like the little peach fuzz marks? I find that this is a little too heavy for me. It just gives me peach fuzz. So I only use it in spots where I like need it to be really bright. So that is pretty much only my nose contour. So I just bake the light parts of my nose contour like so. So there's kind of like 4 lip liners that I always use in every one of my videos because I am really basic and I don't really like experimenting with lips that much. So 2 of them are from NYX, Nude Truffle and Sandstorm. And then where's my others? I really need to organize my makeup a bit better. Where is it? Okay, well I guess it's lost forever. Damn it. Okay, I can't find it, y'all. I accidentally lost it. I think I have to buy a new one. But the other 2 favorite lip liners I have, though, are from Kylie Cosmetics. This one is in Saturn, and my all-time favorite is Kylie, the shade Kylie. I don't know where it is. This one is kind of like yellowy, though. It can be a little bit yellow. So I'm not really trying to go on the yellow vibe today. So today I'm just going to go with Nude Truffle from NYX, which is as close to Kylie as possible. And I overline the top, like of my Cupid's bow, and then I just shade it in like kind of a gradient towards my lip. Now this baking powder is about ready to get brushed off. I just use like this really light kind of fan brush. I don't really know what brush this is supposed to be, but I got it from like TJ Maxx, but I use that to brush off all the powder. Oh my god, I got mascara on my thumb. That's terrifying. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oops, I hit you again, I'm sorry. For highlight y'all. For nose contour and the inner eye, I use, again, Catrice. This is their More Than Glow highlighter. It's super popular on their website. It's number 020 Supreme Rose Beam. So it's like a really cool toned highlight, but not so cool toned that it's pink. So I use this. Look how shiny it is. Look how pigmented. This tiny little highlight brush. And it's also really creamy too. It's a really creamy formula. So I just put this in the corner of my eyes, and then the tip of my nose, and a little bit on my nose bridge. For a highlight on my cheeks, of course, the Dior Backstage highlight palette is the cutest for my cheeks because it's not like super intense. To apply highlight, I actually use a concealer brush. I don't use a highlight brush. This is the e.l.f. concealer brush, e.l.f. Flawless concealer brush. I mix together the two lightest shades, the gold shade and the white shade. I'm not gonna lie, because it is pretty sheer, I kind of have to go over it multiple times to get any sort of light. But you see how pretty that is? Pretty! Next, I draw freckles on my face. I do have natural freckles sometimes in the summer, but because we just literally caked our faces, obviously you can't see them, so I put them back. For this, again, I use the One Size Beauty Bronzing Trio, and I use a mix of like all the colors, just like to make it look as natural as possible. I use an angled brush for this, but it's like slightly more of a fluffier angled brush. I take the tip of the angled brush, dip it in the bronzing, and then just make little dots all along my face. I usually like to stick just to like the nose area. So finally, I use the NYX brow pen once again to draw my moles back on. I do have natural moles, but obviously we covered them up, so I just draw it back on with the... And finally, y'all, we're almost done. My hack for getting the mascara flakes off the top of my eyelid is to take a spoolie brush, like a really fluffy one like you would use for like eyelash extensions, like one that isn't gonna like, you know, scratch you, and scratch the top of your eyelid. And literally, it's gone. And a lip gloss. My favorite lip glosses that I always use in all my videos, pretty much. YSL Love Shine Lip Oil in shade 44. Love it. I love it. I've used almost all of it. YSL, again, this is the Lip Plumping Gloss, or Love Shine Lip Plumping Oil Gloss. And this is the shade 02. So I'm going to use this today. Take my hair out of these clips. And we are done. I'm gonna give y'all a close-up without this very annoying light. Here's a close-up in natural lighting. Not gonna lie, y'all, I kind of kept my hair in the clips for too long, and now my hair looks insane. I'm giving Shaun White. I'm giving that one dog with the long ears. I forget the name. Cavilian King Charles dog. But yeah, this is my go-to makeup look. I literally do the same look in all my videos, so... Alright, y'all, if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations. Comment the lipstick emoji below so that I know y'all are OGs and made it to the end. Also, comment below if you enjoy videos like this. Should I make more? I'm thinking about making like a monthly series, like a once a month series, once every 6 week series, or maybe once a milestone series of like makeup tips, beauty tips, kind of stuff like that, because I feel like I get a lot of questions about that, and I honestly really enjoyed making this video for y'all today, so I would not mind making this a series. Let me know below if you want a series of beauty tips on my channel. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to boop the like button, and also feel free to subscribe because I post new videos every Friday and Sunday morning. But that is enough from me, y'all, so I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next one.